Hello, everybody. I'm Marika. I'm an educator. I've been working for the Ministry of Education and Science of Georgia for more than 15 years. I'm still in education sector working for GIZ Georgia. Today, I will tell you a story about entrepreneurial teaching. At my work in the Ministry of Education, I have seen hundreds of teachers and have heard thousands of stories about what worked and didn't work in their schools. So I could tell you what I learned based on these years working with education policies. But you already know that. If you trust teacher and give them all needed resources, they can go above and beyond. You know that. A perfect example of this is Charinas' story. Charinas is 48. She has qualification in pedagogy, but didn't manage to find a job as a teacher. One day she came across a vacancy in one of the vocational schools in Tbilisi, and she was selected as an administrative staff. Showing a school principal bought a fab lab, a digital fabrication lab, as a part of the movement to modernize vocational education system in Georgia. But in the beginning, they didn't know how to use it. CNC machines, 3D printers, vacuum packers, and it was a problem to give physical body to a digital idea. And Sharina just was asked to take her to the fab lab and be sure that everything is safe. But she became really excited with this idea, and she learned all about materials existed in the fab lab, all instructions for the tools, and she even asked principal to let her to participate in a training in Technopark. A Technopark is an accelerator run by the Ministry of Economy and Sustainable Development in Georgia to support innovative ideas. If you got some good idea and you want to implement it, or if you want to use Fab technologies, or if you want to know more about robotics, go to Technopark. And the best part of it is that they're providing services for free. You can use techniques and also attend some trainings. So Shorena attended training in designing and printing in Pablo, and it was exactly what she wanted to know. She also got friends from Technopark, and she made a good network. She shared ideas that could be applied for her Pablo at the school. And at the same time, she teach her students how to use Pablo technologies in a best way and how to make their ideas real. And guess what happened? Georgian Railway came and offered them to participate in an idea competition, hackathon, and to develop some new type of wagon, more fancy, more stylish, accessible for all. And it was definitely a challenge for Hashorina and for students as well. And they sit together, they discussed an idea, they got extra consultations from the Technopark representatives, and they did it. They developed this model and sent prototype to Georgian Railway. Sharina didn't have any experience with this kind of hackathons, but she has support from her school principal who really trust her and believe that she can do that. Sure enough, her charisma and enthusiasm lead students to follow her and trust her, even if she was person from the administration and she wasn't a teacher by that time. But sometimes you don't need your job title to tell you that you are a teacher, because you know you are. Using her own entrepreneurial skills, she was able to step outside her job description and enter new territory. I was touched with her enthusiasm and ability to see potential of the Fab Lab and to learn how to use it and to engage entire college in this process. This wagon design didn't win, but it was an unforgettable experience. For students who experienced something new, they learned new technical skills, they communicated with others. Students with whom she worked discovered their power that they can make their ideas real by thinking together and collaborating. And this experience also lead them to establish entrepreneurial club within the school, and they were guiding other students in developing new ideas and projects. They promoted idea of entrepreneurial learning throughout the school, and it was amazing to observe. Charinas herself got a position as a teacher and became Fab Lab coordinator. It's also very lovely. The best from the story that entire community changed perception of vocational student. Now they were seen as a knowledge creators, not only as a knowledge receivers. And all this because teacher in an administrative position decided to be a teacher no matter what her job title said. How many times did you stop yourself to trying something because you saw that it was not part of your competence, or you were not to do so, or you decided that it's not your job to fix it? But being an entrepreneurial teacher is not always an easy job. Sometimes nobody knows how entrepreneurial learning looks like. But the change we want to see is in our hands, with every experiment, with every trial, every failure, and every new attempt. Charinas might have been happy with what she have achieved, and her students learned some things to do in the Fab Lab, and they developed technical skills, and that's great. But no, she pushed herself and she took extra mile. She encouraged them and empowered them to use Fab Lab as a space for entrepreneurship and experimentation. So here are 3 tips I have learned from Charinas' story that you can use for running Fab Lab or in your daily life. First, train constantly. There's always something new, some new skills, some new technologies you have to learn and study. The second, aim to have some practical goals and produce something real, because whatever you're doing, producing some prototypes or you're developing some ideas, having practical goal can be extremely motivating. And third, cooperate with everybody, with your partners, with private sector representatives, because sharing experience and knowledge benefits all. Every time you help someone, you're being entrepreneurial and you're creating value for someone. Whatever you're doing in the Fab Lab, for example, creating some modules or some prototypes for your school, or you're developing education content, you are entrepreneurial. If you have ever identified some problem in your country or in your community and you try to solve it, you are entrepreneurial learner yourself. Remember this story next time when you think that entrepreneurial teaching is not for you, and just trust yourself. I hope you liked the story I told you, and I hope that you will appreciate your profession more because it's excellent what you're doing, and also hope to see your stories on Open Space. Keep going in your very beautiful profession.